Kev, first of all, fantastic win, wasn't it, last weekend, coming from behind to win 2-1 against Chesterfield. Was that, though, quickly put to bed on Monday, or did you get a bit of time to enjoy it?
No, I think the results pleasing, obviously, and because they're such a good side as well, that especially going behind and fighting back to win the game was a massive plus and a good confidence boost for everyone at the football club, and the players should take heart from that. But as you say, it gets put to bed and you've got to focus on the next one.
Yeah, this group of players continue to get a lot of credit, and rightly so for what they're doing. Some sort of supporters go as far as to say they sort of rank them as high as some of the promotion winning sides. But from your perspective, what are they like to work with on a daily basis?
I think that's, I can see why the fans and that would say what they say about them, and they rightly should as well, because they always give everything, which doesn't happen at football clubs too often. So the players should take all the credit that they deserve at the minute. How that is after losing 1 or 2 games might change. But yeah, they're a pleasure to work with, and the effort and application they put into training every day, into games, they deserve the accolades. But as I say, that's not far from being a kick up the arse if you don't perform.
Yeah. Does it surprise and shock you, the lengths that they have to go to, and the efforts that they're having to put in with such a small squad that they're working alongside? No,
I think it's, well, to only have 2 on the bench is difficult, and it means that we can't change when we need to change. You look at Chesterfield the other night, when obviously losing to us, but they go and make 6 changes and go win a game of football. Where we've got to raise our bar every week, every game, and that's the same players without having to be able to change them. So that's a credit to them. But it makes it difficult the longer you go, and game to game we can do that, and the players do hit levels, but they can't afford to drop off.
No, confidence will surely be high, won't it? And I'm sure you keep the players in good spirits, of course, but you've got to guard against probably a bit of complacency. I know you will certainly be drumming that into them, because Gateshead this weekend is certainly a stern test, isn't it?
No, absolutely, and it's one that we try and stay pretty level-headed with everything that goes on, and whether you win or lose, because the next game's around the corner, and another tough one, as you say, and Gateshead have had a couple of very good results this week, so we know we've got to perform, and a tough place to go, as we found last year, and they're very good at home as well, so a tough game, and one we've got to be ready for.
Yeah, there's probably not many tougher places to go, is it? And I think we sort of lost. We come up stuck there, didn't we, last season? Unstuck, sorry. Yeah, but they've certainly found a bit of form. I think they won their last 3 games, and since their manager departed and Rob Elliott's come in, they've sort of carried on in a way of what he's produced there.
No, absolutely, it's credit to him that even with a couple of tweaks that they've made, that they've kept playing the same way, and you can see they've got a way of playing and they stick to it, but they also score goals with it as well, and they're a threat. So tough game, but we'll be ready and prepped, and hopefully it's we will come in confidence as well.
Yeah, and we have the international lads, Daniel Carnu and Maher back available this weekend.
Yeah, hopefully they've got back in the country late last night, so we'll make sure they're all ready to go if needed.
Cheers, thank you.
That's me, isn't it? When you first came in to the team, Kevin, you mentioned how something wasn't quite right about the players. You've clearly rectified that. We're talking about how you have to keep the players level-headed, but do you have to say much? I imagine they were flying after Saturday, but surely that's one of your strengths is you understand each other now, that cohesion.
Yeah, I think one of the plus side of that is that your smaller squad probably easier to manage if you want. And the players know exactly what's wanted of them, what's expected of them, and that's having a group together for a little while. And I think that feeds off that in terms of, it needed changing when we first come in. Yeah, that was without a shadow of a doubt, and you could smell it around the place. Bit of a toxic environment. But that changes with personnel and and how you treat people and how you are. I think around the building, and that's a credit to the staff and the players as well that they brought into all that. And in terms of the players, they're an honest bunch. Who want to do well for the football club.
And you've got that benefit now that managers don't stick around for clubs for very long, unfortunately, but you've had enough time to bring in your own culture, and I suppose really that's one benefit you have over other teams, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it was that you got to coincide with results, and you got to win football matches. Otherwise, that culture gets changed pretty quick. So, you know, you can talk about culture, the process word that everyone tries to use nowadays to buy time, but you've got to win football matches, and the more football matches you win, the more buy-in you get from everyone around the place. What I don't like is people just talking about things and words. You've got to back it up. You've got to have substance to everything you do, and you know, you can speak and not follow it up in your actions. I think it's all got to be aligned, and you know, how you act every day is your culture, is your character. Not just coming out with words in press conferences that people try and bamboozle people with.
And as we said, we've got the two players back from international duty. You mentioned after the brilliant win on Saturday, you know, you were kind of waiting to see the moment, you know, you've got to make these calls on bringing players off, because you know, you need to keep everyone as fresh as possible, but that will ease things slightly maybe if they are ready to go.
Yeah, hopefully. Obviously we'll have, you know, one or two bodies back. There's obviously one or two from the weekend that have felt things, so you know, they haven't been able to train as much. So with us, it's getting as close to the game as possible and seeing who's available, who's really ready, who's not struggling, and getting a team that can go out and compete.
Thank you.
How's JD and Cav Miley doing? Haven't asked you about them for a while.
Yeah, JD's done a little bit of jogging this week, so he's starting to step it up a little bit. Cav's still, you know, a long way off in terms of he's not out on the grass or anything like that, so he's still with the physio. So we'll be still some, you know, quite a few weeks.
And is Colin getting a bit nearer? If you can...
Yeah, Colin's getting nearer. Done more training this week, so we'll see where he is in the last, you know, couple of days now before Saturday.